Hey, welcome back, my amazing learners. It's day 5 of our 7-day English speaking challenge now. I want you to pause for just 1 second. Seriously, stop what you're doing and give yourself a round of applause because you've made it to day 5. You've stayed committed, you've been practicing, and you're absolutely killing it. I mean, 5 days. That's like a mini marathon. Let me tell you a little secret. Do you know what the difference is between people who succeed and people who don't? Showing up. Yep, just showing up every single day. And guess what? Or here, you're showing up. So no matter how awkward or silly you feel when practicing, you're already winning. You're one step closer to becoming a confident English speaker. And if you're thinking, oh, no, it's day 5, and I still feel like I don't know anything, don't worry. Learning English isn't like flipping a switch. It's like cooking a complicated dish. Sometimes it takes a little more time for all the flavors to come together. Just because you don't see results right away doesn't mean you're not improving. I mean, come on, have you ever cooked pasta? Sometimes you're like, is this done yet? Should I eat it now? Is it too hard? But then you realize, no, you just needed to let it simmer a bit longer. Your English skills are like that. They're simmering, and soon enough, you'll be serving up some 5-star conversations. So today we're going to have a lot of fun while we learn. Are you ready? Are you pumped? Because I'm feeling super excited. Let's dive right in. English speaking tips for beginners. Okay, so let me ask you something. Have you ever had a conversation in English where halfway through you suddenly forgot how to speak? Like your brain just went, nope, that's enough English for today. You're mid-sentence, and then boom, you just freeze. Maybe you were about to say something smart, and instead, you just end up saying, you know. Yeah, while doing some awkward hand gestures. Oh, come on, we've all been there. But fear not today. I'm going to share 3 magical tips that will help you speak more naturally, confidently, and best of all, without turning into a statue mid-sentence. Let's get into it. Tip 1. The magic of phrases. Say goodbye to word-for-word translation. All right, here's the thing. If you're translating every single word from your native language into English, you're setting yourself up for some very, very awkward conversations. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Not going to happen. Imagine this. You're at a restaurant. You want to tell the waiter, I'm really hungry. Can you please bring the food quickly? But instead of using a natural English phrase, you translate directly from your language and say something like, I have hunger, the food should fly to me now. The waiter is going to be like, what is happening here? And you'll just smile awkwardly like, yep, that's me. The guy who demands flying food. Instead of translating word for word, I want you to focus on learning phrases, little chunks of language that people actually use in everyday life. Phrases are your secret weapon when you start using them. You'll sound more natural, more fluent, and way less like a robot. Okay, let's practice. Repeat after me. Could you bring the food a bit faster, please? No, try, hey, do you know where the nearest coffee shop is? Boom. You see how that flows? It's smooth like butter. That's because we're using real natural phrases that people actually say. And by the way, speaking of coffee, next time you're ordering at a cafe, don't walk in like I. Require a caffeinated beverage to boost my mood. Just say, "Can I have a coffee, please?" Keep it simple, keep it natural, and you'll feel much more confident. Tip 2. Keep it short and sweet. Less is more. All right, listen up. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is trying to use long, complicated sentences to sound smart. But guess what? Less is more. Have you ever watched a movie where the hero gives this long emotional speech and then the other character just goes, "Okay, cool"? That's because sometimes the shorter your sentence, the more powerful it is. Let's imagine you're at a party. Remember those good times. You're trying to compliment someone's outfit, but instead of just saying, "I like your dress," you decide to go full Shakespeare and say, "Thy garment shines with the brilliance of 1,000 suns, illuminating my soul with joy." Now that's a bit dramatic, right? And your friend is probably going to be like, "Thanks. Are you okay?" My point is, you don't need fancy words to make a good impression. English is like a cheeseburger. It doesn't need 50 ingredients to be tasty. Keep it simple. Let's practice again. If you want to ask for help, don't say, "Would you be so kind as to offer your assistance to me in this particular matter?" Just say, "Can you help me?" Simple, clean, to the point. Next time you're in a conversation, remember, short is sweet and sweet is smooth. Tip 3. Speak like no one's watching. Confidence is key now. Here's my favorite tip for today. Are you ready? It's confidence. You know, one of the biggest reasons people get nervous about speaking English is because they're scared of making mistakes. And let me tell you something. Nobody cares. Seriously. Nobody cares if you make a mistake. In fact, native speakers make mistakes all the time. Do you think they stop and say, "Oh no, I made a mistake. My life is over"? Well, they just keep talking, and you should too. Look, I want you to imagine you're an actor in a movie. You've got the spotlight on you. You're on stage, and you're owning it. Even if you forget your lines, you keep going. That's how you should approach speaking English. Be bold. Be brave. Speak like no one's watching. Even if you're not 100% sure what you're saying, because guess what? Confidence makes up for a lot. Here's a little exercise. Stand up. Yes. Right now. Come on. Don't be shy. Stand up and say this out loud with me. I am a confident English speaker. Say it louder. I am amazing at speaking English. Now, one more time as loud as you can. I can speak English and I'm awesome. See, doesn't that feel great? Confidence is everything. Even if you don't know all the words, the way you carry yourself will make a huge difference. And besides, who's going to argue with you? You're amazing. Funny segment. Let's laugh while we learn. Okay, now that we've boosted our confidence, let's talk about something hilarious. English phrases that make absolutely no sense. English can be a pretty strange language sometimes, right? There are phrases that if you take literally, you'll be totally confused. For example, have you ever heard the phrase, "break a leg"? Sounds a bit aggressive, doesn't it? Like, why would I want to break my leg? But actually, it means good luck is one of those things that just makes no sense. But it's how we say it. So next time you're about to take an exam or do something important, just tell your friend, "Hey, break a leg. Just don't actually break anything, okay?" Oh, and another weird one. It's raining cats and dogs. What? No, the weather isn't literally throwing animals at you, just means it's raining a lot. Like a ridiculous amount. So if you ever see heavy rain, just say, "Wow, it's raining cats and dogs," and watch people's faces light up, because now you're using English like a pro. Funny segment. Continued. And let's not forget the classic phrase, "hit the hay." Now imagine this after a long day. Someone tells you, "I'm gonna hit the hay," and you're like, "Excuse me, why are you attacking? Hey, what did the hay do to you?" But what it really means is, "I'm going to sleep." It's one of those English idioms that just doesn't make sense unless you already know it. But once you start using these quirky phrases, you'll sound like a native speaker. Speaking of sleep, have you ever heard the phrase, "catch some Z's"? What are Z's and why are we catching them? Is it like catching fish? Should I bring a net the first time I heard it? I was so confused. Turns out it just means taking a nap or going to sleep. You don't actually need to chase after anything. Unless you're chasing a comfortable pillow. English can be such a fun language when you dive into it, right? That's why I always say, if you're not having fun while learning, you're doing it wrong. You can laugh, make mistakes, learn weird phrases, and still be improving every day. All right, now it's time to get you involved. Yes, here's a fun little exercise. I want you to try in the comments below. I'm going to give you 2 funny English phrases, and I want you to use them in a sentence. Phrase number 1, piece of cake. No, we're not talking about dessert here. Means something that's super easy to do. Use it in a sentence like that. English quiz was a piece of cake. Now you give it a try in the comments. Phrase number 2, spill the beans. This one's even funnier. It means to reveal a secret. So you could say, "Come on, spill the beans. What's the surprise?" Use it in a sentence below, and let's see who's got the best one. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Let's have some fun with this challenge. Because the best way to learn is to laugh along the way, wrap up, more motivation, and a fun farewell. Before we wrap things up for day 5, let me leave you with a little piece of advice. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Seriously, mistakes are your best friends when learning a language. You want to know why? Because every mistake is a lesson in disguise. And trust me, even native speakers mix up words and phrases all the time. Here's an example. I once heard someone say, "I'm literally dying for pizza." And I'm just sitting there thinking, no, you're not. You're not going to die because you're craving pizza. I promise we all exaggerate sometimes, and it's totally okay. So I want you to keep practicing, keep speaking English every day. Even if you feel like you're not perfect yet, because here's the thing, perfection is overrated. Nobody is perfect at anything when they start, whether you're learning English, trying a new hobby, or cooking a new recipe. Remember our pasta analogy from earlier. It all takes practice. We're halfway through this challenge, and you're absolutely crushing it. So keep that energy up, keep practicing, and remember to have fun with it. You're learning something amazing, and guess what? You're doing it in style. I'll see you tomorrow for day 6, where we'll dive even deeper into more English tips and tricks. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and grin. Spill the beans in the comments below. Until tomorrow, stay awesome, stay confident, and keep speaking English like the superstar you are. Catch you later, and don't forget to hit the hay tonight. Remember, if it's not fun, you're doing it wrong. See you on day 6.